Dun 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 dun. Ron, the car guy.
Yes, he
is with us right now. So we're talking tattoos a couple of minutes ago.
You know, I heard that when I was out in the lobby waiting, that I'm going to be getting a live tattoo on the air.
And we're guessing what kind you would get. What kind of tattoo would you get?
Well, normally I'd go for the Ron the Car Guy logo, but
yeah.
It's all about
Tramp
marketing.
stamp.
Yeah. Ron the Car Guy logo tramp stamp.
maybe we could do like a viewer contest.
I thought maybe a barcode. They could just scan you to see how you're doing.
A QR
You know,
code.
that'll be the next thing. We'll all be microchipped or something, and then they'll just scan us when it's time.
Yeah,
Probably.
well, that's probably true.
All right, so
I
what?
like the QR code idea.
Yeah, just boop and take you right to the website.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to carry on a little bit. We did a short mention last week about windshield damage, rock chips and stuff like that. I wanted to elaborate a little bit more because we're certainly seeing a lot of it. Matter of fact, one of our mobile service vans yesterday, he was driving down I-235 and a rock, probably about 2 inches in diameter, came off an overpass. Now, I'd like to think that it wasn't thrown off the overpass because everybody loves Ron the Car Guy, but anyway, it came off the overpass somehow, and I mean, it's got like a baseball size.
Now, this is the same vehicle that repairs the cracks in the windshield?
Well, no.
So you didn't have to go too far, just pull around the corner.
Yeah, and there's no repair to this. I mean, we're going to put a windshield in it today. But you know, you look at the cost of windshields and stuff. I mean, and that's something we'll touch on too, is the quality of the glass. You know, when you get a windshield replaced, there's a lot more to it than just, you know, price, and that's what people often, you know, shop on. But I mean, a quality, you know, piece of glass for this Ford van, you know, and the installation with the proper urethane and adhesive and stuff. I mean, it's almost $500.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Now you could probably shop it around and find someone to do it for $3, but you know, we know the difference in the product that's going in and how it's installed.
And what is the difference between getting a high quality hunk of glass and one that is just the cheapest you can find?
The biggest difference, and when we see this in the summertime in Iowa, I think you would see it all the time in a hotter state, but in the summertime in Iowa, when it's hot and it's sunny out, the biggest difference is the UV protection in the glass. So in other words, your car comes with a quality piece of glass from the factory that has a lot of UV protection. A cheap piece of glass has little or none. And what we'll see and have to deal with is you'll come in and your air conditioner won't work as well.
Oh.
Because you're getting more, as you know, the UV protection blocks out sun rays.
Yeah.
And now you're getting more of that in, so it superheats the air inside the car. And you're coming in telling me that your air conditioning doesn't work like it used to. And we're standing there scratching our head because, you know, the refrigerant, the components are okay, and so then you have to start looking at the brand or the type of glass that's in there.
Yeah, because it's heating the air and it's heating all the components inside the cab of the vehicle.
And you get the sun load coming through, you know, cracked dashes, stuff like that. That's one of the bigger things. And then the other thing that we see with improper windshield replacement is a lot of people don't realize the only thing that holds a windshield in your car is basically glue. It's adhesive. It's glued into your car. And there's multiple types of adhesive that can be used to glue it in. And a lot of it depends on the outside temperature. Like in the wintertime, a different adhesive should be used than in the summertime, unless it's going to sit inside a warm shop and cure for several hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. And of course, the fast curing ones, the cold curing adhesives and stuff are more expensive. So you as a consumer, you don't know.
Right. No.
You just assume they're putting in good glass and it's done right. And so they're either questions that you have to ask, or you know, make sure that a reputable company is replacing it. Another thing that we see often, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, is you'll see cars that have little round spots of rust up along the upper edge above the windshield on the vehicle. Usually the cause for that is when they change a windshield, you have to go in with a knife and you have to go between the glass and the body of the vehicle, and you have to cut out the adhesive to get the old windshield out.
Okay.
Well, when you do that, you actually are cutting into the paint. I mean, that can't be avoided sometimes. And so prior to putting the new windshield in, you're supposed to go in with a primer and seal that up. And if you don't, then moisture gets in there and you develop a rust issue. So
So if you see rust around the windshield, that's probably what.
Oh, it's been replaced.
Been replaced.
Absolutely. And someone didn't do it the way they should. And you're not going to know that for a few years.
Right.
So, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this car's junk. It's rusting out around the windshield.
Yeah, so the bottom line is, don't go for cost alone if you get a windshield.
Exactly.
Now, when something like that happens, like with yours, for example, I'm sure you have insurance on there. Will insurance cover a rock going through the windshield like that? So it out of pocket for you would be about what?
Well, in our case, we've got a $500 deductible, and it's a $498 windshield.
How convenient! How convenient!
But so if you had $250 deductible, you could make a claim, and they'd pay the other half. But that's something to keep in mind on repair options. Is it always costs less to fix a windshield than it does to replace it. So if you've got a crack or a rock chip, oftentimes your insurance company will pay it, and they'll waive the deductible because it costs less for them, it costs less for you. It's a win-win situation. Also, another good reason to repair a windshield versus replace it is you're not cutting out the windshield, creating that rust issue. You've got the same quality glass that you would from the factory, the OEM type stuff.
Right.
And so it's really, if it's a repairable situation, you're probably better off to do that than replace the windshield.
Okay, good advice. I never thought about the aspect of having a rock chip repaired as opposed to just replacing it with the whole removal of the window and the rusting possibility.
And the possibility of low quality glass, the wrong adhesive. When you look at the passenger side airbag on a vehicle, I mean, most cars, its job is to bounce off the windshield and come at you. If you look at how the placement of them is, and so if you've got the wrong adhesive, it could bounce off the windshield, push the windshield out, and not ricochet back to you like it was designed to do. There's safety issues there.
Well, and it's amazing what you can do these days, because I just had a crack fixed at Westside Auto Pros on my windshield, and you can't even tell there was a crack there. So it's a nice thing, an option to have.
Well, and there's a good point as well. When you have stuff fixed, the quality of the material, the resin that you put in there, we use the best resin we can buy, and then the training of the person. Like in your case, any rock chip or crack that we repair is done by somebody that works at Westside Auto Pros and has been trained. Some places will sublet it, or they'll have a glass company or somebody come in and do it, and a lot of them do a really good job. But you don't know. They might send out a different guy each time or something like that. Where I prefer to control the quality.
Do you have one main person at your place that does it? Wade does it.
Yeah, Wade does it, and he does a
great job.
Yeah, he does, and he practiced for 3 months. We went and bought or got damaged windshields from like a salvage yard. We created all kinds of rock chips and cracks and stuff like that, and he trained with the company that sold us the kit. It wasn't just a DVD that he watched. The guy actually came out and trained with him for almost 3 months in all different kinds of scenarios and stuff to make sure that he understood it and got it right.
That's impressive. I didn't know they did that. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so if you have a rock chip or crack, get it fixed pronto.
Yep, so the dirt and the material, you got yours fixed relatively soon after it happened, relatively soon. But like you said, you can hardly see it. You have to know to look for it, if even at all.
And if you have to have it replaced, make sure it's a quality piece of glass installed by someone who knows what the heck they're doing.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Because when you have insurance issues, the insurance company's paying the same amount to the glass company, whether they're putting in good glass or economy glass. The insurance company sets the amount that they're going to pay, so you might as well get the good stuff.
That's the best point you made so far.
Yep,
yeah.
exactly.
Perfect.
So,
all righty. Well, thank you, sir. That was
You're
very
welcome.
cool, man. All right, well done. We'll be right back. It is 6:51. This is a great day.